Shalom, call halal, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mekak double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the Aquat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. Howl ye, all right? Watch the market. Zephaniah 1 and 11. What happened was Joe Biden ordered the bombing of the Valley of Yehoshaphat, right? The Greater Valley. But he didn't do it until after 1 o'clock on Friday last week. Why was that? Because of the market. All right. Zephaniah 1 and 11. Howl, ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. If we read it in the NIV, wail, you who live in the market district. What market? Stock. All your merchants will be wiped out. All who trade what? Stock. With silver will be destroyed. All right? Talking about the stock market here. Wall Street, right? What was the wall that made Wall Street? The wall separating the stock. Who's the stock? Jake, you're the stock. Okay? You were the ones being traded at the market on Wall Street, and the wall separated you. One side of the wall, the bidding was going on. The other side of the wall was the next one on the block, auctioning block, if you will. All right. So let's see what old Nate has to say about it. Yeah. This is going into the war. What's going on in the war? Okay, this is Canadian Prepper. 3 hours ago, NATO moves forces on Ukraine. Poland issues air warning alert. Russian mobilization begins. What? What about the Valley of Yehoshaphat, the Middle East? Okay, because what happened? Let's listen to him right here. 22. Let's see, 22 proper. Listen to what Nate says. He gives his whole dissertation. He gets all the way to 22 minutes out of 23. Like 2 minutes left, and he says this.
So all I can say is seize the day right now, because everything in my being is telling me right now that this situation, we haven't seen anything yet. This is going to get worse. It's going to get much, much worse. And as soon as we start to see the markets finally come to terms with the reality of the situation and start to tank.
What's going to make the market tank? This war situation. Oil. Oil. Where's the oil at? Well, the oil is in the Valley of Yehoshaphat in the Middle East. The Valley of Jehoshaphat.
You know that a big war is just weeks away. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
I just wanted to say that. He's talking about the market. So let's look at the market. Where are we at right now? Okay, so this was up at about almost at 400 earlier. So we're watching. It's still early. What is it? 950 West Coast. All right. And we look at the Dow. All right. And it's telling you something. All right. What happened? Let's see if we can find this. See if we can find it here. Biden waits. Till end of trading Friday to launch attack. Let's see what this brings up. That's a year ago, 7 months, so they're not saying nothing on 6 days. Ways response, okay. We should see, Salaki, we should see plenty of that. Okay, 1 hour. What we know about the U.S. retaliatory strikes in Syria and Iraq. I know that he waited. Who kept saying that? I think it was Chris Green kept saying that. Okay. Why did he wait until after 1 o'clock on Friday? Because you would have the whole weekend, right, for the market not to be touched by the decision. Okay. But when you check out when the reports started coming, right, for the strikes, it was Friday after 1 o'clock West Coast time. So probably not going to find it on here. We shall respond. Yeah. But when? Okay. So anyway, when you understand where these strikes are, it's in where the Arab nations are, where the oil is. You understand? So how is that gonna, you need oil to wage a war, right? What happens when they shut down the straits? What happens when they start attacking the oil wells? Okay, over what? Over what you did. What you did, you sparked this. You sparked the whole area. Now the oil is in jeopardy. Now trade is in jeopardy. Now money, people's money. Okay, where does that lead us back to? The stock market. Okay, I'm gonna look for this in a different place. Let me see. It's all YouTube. Let's go to Market Watch because now it's at 290. See how they're playing with it? So you got to keep your eye, right? Because they're howling in Maktesh. Howl ye, right? Let's read that again. Howl ye, ye inhabitants of Maktesh. Zephaniah 1 and 11. All right? Zephaniah go? All right? Wail, you who live in the market district. Okay? All your merchants will be wiped out. All who trade with silver will be destroyed. That's coming. With these wars, all right? With these wars that are coming, this prophecy right here of Maktesh, right? It's going to go bad. The stock market's bad breath is making even stalwart bulls nervous. Bad breath, huh? Dow Jones slumps over 300 as Powell signals no rush to cut rates. What they're doing is they're watching this war. And when they start attacking that oil, see, it's one thing to attack container ships, but when they start shutting down these oil wells and stopping the flow of oil and start bombing, see, right now it's a tit for tat bomb raid. All right, when you understand. Let's look at this real quick. There's a tit for tat going on.
Breaking news, this is your World War III update, and something very strange and suspicious is going on.
Right? What about the market? Let's see what he says. Is it the market?
We're about to witness the convergence of around a half a dozen data points that are going to amplify the risk of an altercation, a direct engagement between NATO and Russia by a factor of 10 in the next month.
No, that ain't dealing with the oil. The oil is what is going to change everything. Okay? This marks the beginning of normalization of violence, okay, in that region, okay? Normalization. What does normalization of violence mean in the Middle East? It means that the oil is going to be destroyed, the infrastructure, the processing, okay? It takes a whole lot, to deal with oil. It just don't come out of the ground and into the gas tank. All right, so keep your eye where? On the market as this tit for tat thing happens, right? Let's see. Blinken arrives in Saudi Arabia for Gaza truce talks, right? Peace and safety, right? Whatever. Thousands without power. That's new. Floods and high winds. I'm in California. I ain't seeing none of that. The sun is out. Not that it didn't happen, but you're trying to convince people of an atmospheric river, and I see the sun. Anyway, so you got to be careful with what is going on. They're trying to deceive. Everything is on deception right now. 3 days. So there's a tit for tat going on. Tit for tat in the Middle East. I want this right there. Salakia. Copy. I want to put that in. I want to put it in a normal search since they're playing around with the market stats. Let me do a Google search on this and see if anything comes up. End of market trading. Mm-hmm. Well, he definitely waited. That goes way back. All right, anyway, I don't see anything. You got to look. Just a quick little search. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll keep our eye, right, on the market. Let's see, tit for tat. I want to put this in tit for tat in Mideast attacks. See what that brings up. 2 weeks. A month. Come on, everybody knows what's going on right now. 7 days ago. Okay, 3 days. Don't get into a bigger war. U.S. prepares retaliatory strikes. Here's what's going on, not a year ago. What's going on right now? U.S. airstrikes in Yemen. Syria B-1 bomber hit targets in Red Sea. This is what's going on now. 8 months. We don't want that. A very effective response 2 days ago. U.S. launches retaliatory strikes in Iraq and Syria. Okay, not 10 months ago. Now, what's going on now? 9 hours. That's in Russia and we can report tit for tat attacks on each other. So this is how it starts before it spirals into okay, the gloves are coming off. So 7 days. Let's go back to one of these good ones. What's going on right now? This is going on an hour ago. Is this in Gaza? 3 days. Don't get into a bigger war. 2 hours. U.S. airstrikes in Yemen, Syria B-1 bomber. This is what's going on right now. Okay, that looks like Gaza, unless it's in Lebanon. So let's look at this. This is Fox News, which I'm not crazy about, but let's see what.
If you're an options trader, day trader.
Slovakia. See, there's the stock. Why did that just pop up? Come on now.
According to U.S. Central Command, on Sunday, U.S. forces conducted a strike in self-defense against a Houthi land attack cruise missile. U.S. forces also hitting 4 anti-ship cruise missiles, all of which were prepared to launch against ships in the Red Sea. Joining us live to shed light on this ongoing conflict and break it down is former U.S. Army Colonel Joe Buccino. Joe, good morning. As always, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks. The back and forth here continues, and right now it's
the back and forth. The back and forth here continues. Tit for tat. That's the back and forth. Okay. Now, keep striking what they call Iran-backed targets, which is the whole Middle East. And let's see how well the oil business goes. Because these different, militias, whatever you want to call them, are going to start hitting you in the pocket. Where's the pocket? The stock market, the oil. Okay? So keep your eye on the market. All right? It started now. This week, see, when you think about it, Joe Biden did not strike until Friday. It was only Friday, so they only struck back, right? 3 days ago? Not even. So now the tit for tat. And the reason he waited was not to destroy the stock market. So now the tit for tat is on. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen by the close of business on this Friday? Okay. Well, we might be looking at a whole different, situation, because now we're in tit for tat. Now, tit for tat is cool until somebody touches the oil. You start hitting oil fields, you start taking out tankers, sinking them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Then it goes to a different level. Anyway.
It's up to Iran to determine the next steps. We're waiting to see what Iran does.
Joe, as you mentioned, next steps, what could those include? Because it's been a very active weekend with strikes from both sides.
You hear what's being said? Now, if he doesn't say, shut down the Strait of Hormuz, okay, you think that ain't coming? How long? How long before they shut down oil trade? All right, not just the waterways. When they start hitting, and I mean taking out oil fields, setting them on fire. Check the record with Saddam.
Well, we are going to do, Central Command is going to do another pass here. It's going to continue bombing these targets in Iraq and Syria. There'll be one more pass there. We're also gathering intelligence, analyzing what the Iranian leadership is saying in signals that we pick up, communications we pick up. We're seeing who's moving around, what the next steps are, how much damage we caused, and what we need to hit again.
Joe, how did we even get to this point, and where does this conflict stem from? Many people confused about what is the real issue.
Well, the real issue here is Iran. So we've got these Shia groups operating in Iraq and Syria that are attacking our forces. We've got the Houthis in Yemen. The Houthis are basically just a motorcycle gang in one of the poorest countries on earth.
And they're whooping them.
They've been causing problems for almost a decade. And Iran is sending them drones and very high tech rockets and missiles that they've been using to attack commercial ships in the Red Sea. And
that's where the whole thing is going. Okay, that's what got your attention in the first. Who is this motorcycle gang? Oh well, they're stopping trade. Right, they're stopping commercial ships in the Red Sea. Right now, they're container ships. There ain't no oil. Right. They ain't hit no oil, took no oil yet. Iran took their tanker back. That might have got the oil back too, but you see where this thing is going, okay?
Really, Iran is the major hand behind these things. These groups and Iran are using the war in Gaza as a way to gain credibility in the region. So these groups, they're Shia groups. They don't really care about the Palestinian cause. They never have cared about the Palestinian cause. They're using this war in Gaza,
and the Americans are not,
to gain credibility in the region and to attack American forces. And every time we bomb these targets, every time we bomb these Shia groups, they claim it as a victory. And it actually gives them a higher status in the region, that American forces are using all of their assets and multi-million-dollar weapon systems to attack them.
Joe, you mentioned the attack on American forces. With you being a retired U.S. Army colonel, we've already lost 3 service members. Knowing how all of this works and what goes on behind closed doors, is the U.S. doing what they need to be doing to protect the troops that are out there, or would you say they need to do more?
Well, we need to do more. We need to strike Iran, because the groups that we're hitting now, they will reconstitute very quickly. And once they reconstitute, they're going to continue attacking our forces. This is something that Iran is going to. Iran kind of turns the dials up and down on these groups. Directs them to go out, directs them to pull back, and once they're reconstituted, Iran is going to flush them with rockets and drones. Once again, once they reconstituted in that manner, which is only going to be a matter of weeks, they're going to continue attacking American troops. To keep American troops safe, we've got to hit inside Iran and make Iran.
You hear where this thing is going? The moment you touch Iran, they're going to touch the oil. And that's the way it goes. So it's what we're watching for. So we'll keep our eye on the market, right? Let's go back to market watch. I don't know if I can get it back. Let me see. Go back to market watch. See where we're at. 260. So they're playing with it. It's still early. It's 10 o'clock. It closes at 1. So keep your eye and see where they close, because the old plunge protection team is working overtime right now, right? But it ain't going to work, right? Your money is not going to save you, all right? Your gold and silver will not save you. Your gold and silver testify against you. This is James 5:3. Your gold and silver are cankered, corroded. Your gold and silver is cankered. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. The very wealth you were counting on will eat away at your flesh like fire. Your gold and silver have corroded, and the corrosion will be evidence against you and will eat your flesh like fire. Right? You have laid up treasure for the last. How will it eat your flesh like fire? All your people, your colleagues, your them that were at peace with you are going to turn around and shoot missiles on you. Okay, and we're getting close to that. The missiles have come alive in the story, right? These certain things like the sea hip, right? What is the whole Taiwan thing about the sea hip? Right? And they keep saying, well, these sea hips, right? Whoever owns these sea hips owns the world, right? Okay, so anyway, hey, your gold and silver are not gonna deliver you. All right, in that day. It's not gonna work. Now, you might be preserved to be the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom of heaven. But other than that, you don't have a chance. So with that, keep your eye on the market. All right, howl ye. All right. So with that, we hope the elect ratified. Shalom.